Final. Come, championship bound, baby! Woo! Big club, baby! Woo! The year, man. It got a little crazy out there, but we made it through.
We're going to keep stacking the day, so see you in the championship.
Bow, bow, bow! Let's go!
June 17th wasn't just any regular matchup. This one was personal. Flashback to May 30th. Jacy, Sheldon, and the Connecticut Sun left Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Carlson lying injured, and the refs let the dirty play slide. But the Fever didn't forget. So when Sheldon poked Caitlin Clark straight in the eye during the rematch, something snapped. What followed was pure payback. Sophie Cunningham delivered a flagrant foul that fans are calling the most satisfying retaliation ever. If you ride with the Fever, drop a CC and Spicy Sophie in the comments. Let's go.
It was chippy the last time these two teams faced off, too. Sophie Cunningham suffered her ankle injury in that game, but in addition to that, she actually had part of her front tooth knocked out. She made contact with Jacy Sheldon as Caitlin Clark knocks down the triple.
But what people don't talk about enough is how hard you have to work to be able to be that good. All the hours that she's spent perfecting her craft.
Retreating, firing, and hitting.
So she can do that.
On Indiana arguing the call.
I mean, step back, you're late. She almost looks you in the eye.
Picture it, May 30th. Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sunday. What started as a routine game turned into a nightmare. From tip-off, Connecticut brought a level of physicality that went beyond basketball, crossing the line from tough to dangerous. The tension wasn't just building, it was boiling.
Can we talk about the physicality for a second? 2 players on the Indiana Fever got injured last night by the same player on the Connecticut Sun, and that was Jacy Sheldon. And I tweeted about it. She was playing so reckless. I'm fine with players playing aggressive, but there is a thin line between playing aggressive and playing reckless. When you dive for a ball, you don't land on somebody's leg. She landed on top of Sydney Colson's leg, and her leg got stuck and literally twisted around. Both injuries, both Sydney Colson and Sophie Cunningham, were contact injuries.
Sophie Cunningham went down first after a brutal hit. Too aggressive for routine contact. Then came Sydney Carlson, injured in yet another shady play. And who was in the middle of both incidents? Jacy Sheldon. Playing so recklessly it made everyone watching furious.
They weren't non-contact. They weren't ACLs. They weren't Achilles. They were contact injuries caused by the same player. And this kind of physicality that the WNBA they brag about. They say it's always been a physical league. That's just the heart of the It's not good basketball. And we've seen so many injuries. Paige Becker's out with a concussion. Rakia Jackson was out with a concussion. All of these injuries are contact plays. We've seen Caitlin Clark last year get chucked to the ground. We saw Angel Reese get clothesline chucked to the ground. The players continue to do it because the refs are allowing them. Why wouldn't you keep doing it if you're a physical player?
Now here's the real twist. Clark and Sheldon's rivalry goes way back to college. Iowa versus Ohio State. Sheldon made it her mission to get under Clark's skin, bumping on screens, trash-talking nonstop, always shadowing her. This wasn't a matchup anymore. This was war.
Her mortal enemy. Took out a player. Jacy Sheldon. Caitlin Clark's mortal enemy. Jacy Sheldon.
And on that May 30th game, the refs might as well have not shown up. They let everything slide. No calls, no warnings, just chaos. Clark watched helplessly as her teammates were taken out one by one, and Sheldon walked away untouched. The Fever lost 85-83, but the bigger loss was 2 injured players who should have been protected.
This is a reckless play. This is reckless. It is dangerous. And this angle makes it look even worse. It is dangerous. Like, Sid Colson is between her and the ball. Sid Colson is, in fact, between Jacy Sheldon and the ball, and she dives through her knee. It wasn't even called as a foul. You could see it in Clark's eyes post-game. The way she stared down Sheldon in the handshake line. Her words in the interview, calm but loaded. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. June 17th was circled on every Fever calendar. After crushing the undefeated New York Liberty, Clark returned from a quad injury, locked in and ready for revenge.
She just texts me. She never texts me during the game.
All right. Here is Clark splashing home a three from way downtown. Kelly escorting her back to the bench.
Jacy Sheldon is there with her hand in her face.
Tip-off. Tension in the air. Sheldon guarding Clark like her life depends on it. She's pressing tight, bumping screens, just like in May. That same physical, reckless energy that injured Cunningham and Coulson. Everyone in the building can feel the storm coming.
And Caitlin Clark are talking to the official. They're both going at it saying, hey, there's a little extra right there. Uh-oh. And Marina steps in to protect Jacy.
Third quarter. The moment everything flips. Clark's bringing the ball up the court. Sheldon lunges, and her finger goes directly into Clark's eye. You see the snap of Clark's head. It's not subtle. It's not accidental. It's targeted.
Third quarter we go. They're trailing by 10. Keep an eye on her and Jacy Sheldon. Clark trying to back her down.
Clark is okay.
Sheldon, that was Clark, hitting her in the face. Clark is upset about that. Then everybody's upset about that. Marina Mabrey comes in. She decks Clark, tempers flaring on both sides.
Clark clutches her face, staggering from the impact. You can see the fury, the pain. This wasn't just a hit. It was personal. The same player who injured her teammates now came for her. Clark does what any competitor would. She shoves Sheldon away. A pure human reaction. The crowd explodes because they saw it too. But then, somehow, it gets worse.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabrey's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabrey is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it. Look at Mabrey. She's got a scar on one side, a scratch on one side of her face, a scratch on the other side. It's not from the game today. I asked her about it. She's always in the mix. There's a lot of contact here. There's a scrape across the face. That's what Clark didn't like.
Clark, still holding her eye in pain, gets hit with a technical foul. Yes, a tech, for defending herself after being poked in the eye. The crowd stunned. Replay screens show the obvious foul, but the refs ignore it. Clark just dropped 32 points in her first game back, and now she's being punished for reacting to blatant contact. The message was loud and clear. If you go after Clark, you won't get called, but if she pushes back, she will. And just when you think the drama peaked, Marina Mabrey steps in and turns the fire up to 100.